Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, word to my brethren all around the world watching this video, do yourself a damn favor, hit that subscribe button, and you won't be disappointed. I don't think I'm disappointed. We're going strong, okay? So, interesting stuff, and it's like almost like hell has frozen over here on True School Sports because we're out here agreeing. We're agreeing with Andre Ward. Oh my God, Jesus must be coming back soon or something like that because Andre Ward, it's no secret, went off on him a lot here on YouTube over the years. But as a boxing commentator, I think he's pretty good. I think the guy knows what he's talking about, like the majority of the time. And, with Ward, his assessment of Fury Wilder was very interesting. I agree with it. I thought it was pretty spot on, to be quite honest with you. Here's what he had to say, and this is his tweet. And a lot of people are kind of in an uproar about this. I thought he was on the money here. Here's what Ward said. He said, I quote, "I don't think a rematch between Fury and Wilder will ever happen. Wilder probably won't want to go through it again. It will take the draw and move on. And Fury doesn't really have to. Even a draw was a win for him last night, the way he performed. Fury versus Joshua at Wembley Stadium next summer." Now, let's give Andre Ward a round of applause, man. Let's give him a round of applause. Shout out to SOG. Shout out to SOG because he's speaking the truth. He's speaking the truth right now. Speaking the truth. I'm not going to say that a rematch won't happen. I think that might be a bit of extreme. That's why I probably disagree with Andre Ward. I think there's too much money, and I think it'll be a bigger event, whether it's in America or the UK. It's going to be a bigger event the second time around. So I don't agree with him on that. But what I will say is this. I do think Wilder will be a little reluctant to want to go through that again because you got to think of it, guys. That was 12 rounds for Wilder. Many of those rounds where he couldn't find Tyson Fury, couldn't lay a glove on him. I couldn't tell if I was watching Tyson Fury or the white Floyd Mayweather. I mean, the dude was putting rounds in the bank like no tomorrow, and he was able to offset Wilder with almost everything he did, from the feints to the jabs to whatever. It was just a masterful performance by Tyson Fury. Now you got to understand, a draw hasn't hurt Deontay Wilder. That's still a title defense. He still got out of that fight with his belt and with his O. And in America, particularly, that belt and that O is everything. It's everything. And he can go an easier route. He can fight Dominic Breazeale in his next fight. Spark him out more than likely. He'll get a W there. And then, he can have a big fight rematch with Fury again after that. Or he can go the Joshua route. But regardless, I think Fury can come out of this fight with not just knowing himself, but knowing that he himself and the people know that he really won that fight. And if I was Frank Warren, if I was Fury, if I was Ben Davis, if I was all parties involved in the Fury camp, I would be doing my best, my absolute best to get this Joshua fight done. Call Eddie Hearn, get the Joshua fight done. Because this is the fight. This is the fight that needs to happen in the heavyweight division. While the Fury happened. And if it's gonna if it's gonna happen again, great. I'll definitely watch it again. I'll shell out the money and pay for it again because I really did enjoy the rematch. I enjoyed the first fight. I got my money's worth. But Joshua versus Fury, oh my God! Name me that will probably shatter box office records in the UK. Like, Joshua's putting 90,000 asses in the seats against the Takams of the world and the Vetkins of the world and those guys. So imagine with someone like Fury, who's kind of just like, Tyson Fury is one of those people where, you either love him or you hate him. It's kind of like your boy BT. I always say you can either love me or hate me, but I'm just kidding from Daniel. You can either love Tyson Fury or hate Tyson Fury, but he's just a kid from Manchester or Ireland or wherever. He's a traveler, damn it. Like, the guy he knows how to sell fights. And look at all the Brits he brought to America. You don't think there's going to be a large, massive contingent of British and Irish fight fans that'll be at Wembley Stadium to see him fight the likes of Anthony Joshua? Because Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, they're polar opposites. They are two different people as they are two different fighters. Anthony Joshua is the pretty boy. He is the guy that, no homo. He is the guy that women want to sleep with. And if you don't believe me, go type in Anthony Joshua during any one of his fights on Twitter and just go look at all the freaking tweets that these girls say during Twitter about how they want Anthony Joshua to screw them and stuff like that. He is the guy that women want to be with, and he is the man that he's a man that a lot of men would like to be in this position. They like to be a big, buff, undefeated heavyweight champion with lots of money, who women think looks nice. He's that guy. He's a pretty boy. Okay, Tyson Fury is the blue collar, he represents more of the average. Not in terms of his personality or who he is. But I'm saying his personality is a lot more down to earth. He can identify more with the average man on the street, and I think that's why in many ways Tyson Fury, this fight for him in America did so much great for his brand as a fighter, because he as far as heavyweight division goes, he has become the people's champion. He's a people's champion, because you got him talking about he's out here being a big advocate for mental health. Taking on Deontay Wilder and giving him the fight he gave him and thoroughly outboxing his ass, getting off the canvas in the 12th round, and endearing himself to fight fans just in those ways. He's in many ways become the people's champion. So this is the fight, and Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, BT Sport, Sky Sports, all parties involved. Y'all gotta get this. Y'all gotta get this shit done. Wilder, I like Wilder, but let's call a spade, man. Wilder has been a pro for 10 years. He's been a champion for almost 3 years, going on 4, and for the majority of those 3 years, he sat on his ass and did absolutely nothing. So let's make the fight between the two best heavyweights in the world. One guy who's unified the division in 22 fights and beaten a who's who of contenders and champions in the division in Anthony Joshua, versus a guy in Tyson Fury, the lineal heavyweight champion, the man who went to Dusseldorf, beat Vladimir Klitschko, then came back 3 years later, came to America and put a beat down on and gave Deontay Wilder a boxing lesson he shall soon not forget. These two guys are the best heavyweights in the world. I recognize it. Andre Ward recognizes it. And I think a lot of fight fans are probably recognizing it. And we need to see this fight. So just spot on stuff from SOG himself. I want to see it. I hope they make it happen. I already talked about what I think would happen if they fought in my last video. I think if Joshua would have fought the Fury that fought Wilder, he wins a very close decision. But if he fights Fury, let's say Fury gets another fight or two in, I'm definitely gonna say that Fury goes in there and gives him a boxing lesson too. Maybe not as thoroughly as he did to Wilder, but a boxing lesson nonetheless. But it's something worth talking about. This is a fight that I want to see. And it's a great time to be a boxing fan, especially if you're a fan of heavyweights, as I am. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Andre Ward basically saying that Deontay Wilder doesn't want a rematch. He won't want to go through it again. And that they need to make Joshua versus Fury at Wembley Stadium in 2019. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single video, let me say that again, because I like the way my voice sounds when I say that. Every single video. You can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.